Morning, everybody. How we doing? Well, it's afternoon now, actually. I kind of jumped into an Instagram edit this morning, like kind of right away.
You know, as we look at Lisa and Michael, how did this happen? They didn't know until it happened that it was happening. How could Lisa communicate with him? Through that mystical, mysterious language of love. But that love was so strong, Michael wouldn't give up. And Lisa went to learn sign language. I believe this is a witness to God's bringing them together.
And now we are headed into Faith Church. I know we have some shoot today that we are doing for, I think, the Christmas services, which I'm pretty excited about. I don't know all the details, but we're headed in right now, so I'll see you inside. Ooh, buddy. Hello. That's my wife.
No, actually.
Is Jake here?
What's up, homies? What's up?
That's perfect. Also, super fun side note, we have a really cool church that like is super kid and family focused. Okay, this is actually Central Park. And then you just walk across the hall and you're in Chelsea Market. Cool bookstore, pizza, and you have all your vegetables right here that you can just pick, and you got some cool stuff. It's like really, really cool. I don't know, actually didn't even really know all this was up here, but it's pretty sweet. Okay, so it's a very simple shoot. We have one GH5 here with a 25-1.2 on there. Two light sources here with a little bit of window backlight here. We're lighting up the back walls with two lights kind of here so that this is kind of lit as well. And then our subject or person will be here. And this is their vantage point. They'll be opening these presents.
We're just gonna tell them it's a guessing game, and they're probably gonna guess something
fun.
Awesome is gonna be in the box, but it's gonna end up being like not awesome. So we're just gonna ask them like how they feel about it.
I got you. So working with Scott can be a lot, and you know we have a lot going on obviously because we run a business, and so we have a lot of different things like weddings, as you know, and we do a lot of different commercial shoots as well. And obviously when doing that, you have to be able to understand what your schedule looks like, and you need to remember stuff that's happening, and you need to make sure that you're organized. And there's a lot of ways that we do that, and I figured today in this video I kind of wanted to show you a little bit of how we do that and some different programs and softwares that we use for us to make our job easier. To be honest with you, Scott's really the one that is insanely organized, and you know, as a business owner he definitely should be. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we use to like kind of like what our business uses to run smoothly. So after we finish this shoot, I'll get to it. Alrighty, so we're back in the office now. I actually just finished up for the day. I got everything done that I needed to do, which means I had a productive day, which I'm excited about. Scott just headed out for a 76ers game in Philly. So that's interesting. Either way, like we had discussed before, I wanted to share with each and every one of you what we do from a business standpoint, from a 4LC studio standpoint. I wanted to share with you what our communication looks like, what our calendar looks like, and also what we do from an organization standpoint as well. So first thing, communication. Here at 4LC Studios, we like to use an app called Slack. I'm gonna show you right here next to me what that looks like. Slack is an app that a lot of companies use for internal communication, because the thing that we've noticed, especially between me and Scott, is that text messages tend to get lost. Because when you're texting people, you are sometimes texting friends or your parents or your loved ones, group chats, and things can get lost when it comes to business. So it's actually very nice that on my phone, when I receive a Slack notification, I know internally that it's an important message, that it's something that I need to attend to as quickly as I can. So one of the really nice things about this app is you can actually create threads that are specific to what you're talking about. So as you can see here, we have commercial general, which is for our commercial work. We have even East Coast Facilities one, which is actually a client that I talk about here a lot, and that's even client specific threads. We have general, just for general conversation, marketing, quotes, wedding films if we're talking about films, YouTube stuff, because Scott and I are both very involved, as you can see. And then you even have direct messages between different people, because if you have different staff or employees or anything like that, and you want to just go directly to one person, directly to one employee, or even your boss, you can just talk to them directly through a direct message. And it's really cool because you can jump back and forth forth between conversations. You can set reminders for different things. You can also do notifications, and you can even send back and forth reactions to things. So it's a really, really cool app that you can use. And as you can see here, I even have other types of Slacks that I use for different things at the church. We have faith worship, even for my own music stuff as well. So it's very, very, very cool, and I'm very happy that we're using it. And next is our calendar. Now, when it comes to our calendar, we have something called Fantastical, which is an app also that is actually connected to our regular Google Map or our calendar that's on our phones. Now, this is a great calendar app just because it works. You can categorize things, you can color code things, you can really use this app and create it for yourself and what works for you. And what's really cool is you can actually see in the app, you can actually put an address in and it'll connect you to maps, which is really, really important when it comes to, like, you know, the next location, especially for us with weddings, when you have to go to the next location, whether it be a bride prep or a groom prep or a ceremony setup or the reception, and you can literally just click on the address, it'll take you out of the app automatically into the place and go right to there. And I'm not sure if like the regular Apple calendar that comes on iPhones does that, but I don't believe that it does. And even if it does, I just love the way Fantastical does it. It's so clear, it's so precise, and it's always super helpful when it comes to a busy schedule. And lastly, our organization. So if you have visited Scott's channel, he talks a ton about something called Tave, which is an online client management system. There's so many great things about this system when it comes to being organized, because as a business owner, it's tough to remember everything, especially as your company is growing. And it's really great to have a place that organizes everything for you, that reminds you to do things, that does stuff automatically. There's automated things as far as emails go and reminders, and there's so many things that this can do. And it also can even track your business from top to bottom, finances or where leads came from, lead generation. All these things can be tracked, and you can really look back and see how you're doing as a business. And it really helps you to see the direction in where you're going. Now, I want you to understand that none of these companies or these apps paid me or us to talk about them. This is not a sponsored video. I just wanted to share with you that in business, it's important to have great communication. Secondly, when it comes to a calendar, it's important to have one that works, one that really does exactly what you need it to do. And finally, pretty much most importantly, it's good to have organization. I've never come across somebody as organized as my partner, Scott. He needs to have every single thing organized. You need to have that in order for anything in the future to run smoothly. So this may be simple, but I just wanted to share with you what we use. If you want me to go into more depth in another video about each of these things specifically, or just talk more in depth about them, I would love to do that. But I just wanted to very briefly share with you that if you are running a business, or even if you have a job, it's good to have good communication, good understanding of what your calendar looks like, and it's good to have organization. And I think that pretty much goes for everything, honestly.
Oh boy.
Dude, multicam.
Oh, multicam.